How do you feel about being here? I've been in conferences, meetings, seminars, where I felt insecure. I felt like I wasn't as good as the rest of the people. I never felt like I wasn't as smart as the rest of the people. I just felt like I wasn't as good. I would see somebody and they've got 10 trucks and they're successful, and I know they've got money in the bank, and they're talking about this massive marketing or whatever they're going to do, and I think, I can't do that. I would think, I'm like a phony. I'm just hanging out here. I'm not like these people. I'm not as good as these people. You know, I had those thoughts all the time. And I bet a lot of you do too. But that's not the case. What you have inside of you is destiny waiting to come out. And I can't wait to tell you about that tomorrow afternoon when I talk about legacy. Your life, your future, your destiny is absolutely exciting. Okay, let's move in and talk about something here, because I can't wait to get into this. This isn't going to take long. My difficulty is going to be explaining this in a way that you understand what it is that I'm showing you. This, in my opinion, this is so big. This is so earth-shattering. This is a game changer. When we began to prepare for this event, and I began to think through these things, I got really, really excited. So, yeah, I got troubles. How many of you think that you are in a desert sometime? We're talking about slow season solutions, and we're talking about it does get slow sometimes, doesn't it? What does this thing say? So is your business drying up? Do you ever feel like that? Oh my gosh, you know, it was good for a little while. When we invited most of you to this conference, a lot of our invites went out in June and July when you were extremely busy. And when you're busy, you look at an invite to a conference and you go, man, I don't have time. I don't have time to think about that. I'm so glad that those of you that are here took time, because this is going to be a really, really big deal. Sometimes you think that it's only you. There we go. Sometimes you think that you're all alone. I'm the only guy out there that's suffering. I'm the only guy out there whose phone isn't ringing. In 1993, we had a snowstorm in Dalton, Georgia, and a lot of the country, I guess, and we got 2 feet of snow. And carpet mills, roofs fell in. I was in electrical work then, and all the contractors were covered up, except me, because I didn't know anybody. Wasn't anybody calling me. I mean, when you got a roof falling in the carpet mill, you're going over there and you're just starting at $100,000. And then just the scrap wire that you get when you redo it is going to be worth $50,000. I didn't get any of that work. How do you think I felt? I felt like a stupid fool for not knowing what I was doing. Well, do you sometimes feel that way? Do you feel like you're all alone? Hey, listen, we're all in the same boat. We're all human beings. We're all contractors. We all have something we can do if we would do it. Sometimes people say to me, I don't know what to do. I say, do something. Do something. Do the next thing. Do one thing. How would you like to be General Motors and Volkswagen? They have just announced a full commitment away from hybrids. They're no longer making hybrids. No longer making cars with gas engines and electric, which I happen to think is the best idea that's ever come along. I don't want an electric car that'll take me 300 miles, and then what? What, I got to plug in a generator or something? I mean, how stupid is that? But that's where the world's going. Both GM and Volkswagen have made the commitment to have no hybrids in 5 years, and it's all electric. Now, not all their vehicles will be electric, thank God, because they'll still have my Yukon that gets 11.5 miles to the gallon, going downhill with the wind. But this is change. Let me show you something that's even bigger. How would you like to be Domino's? Domino's owned the in-home service pizza delivery for years and years. #1 in recognition. And now, just like that, DoorDash, all these other people, they'll deliver Pizza Hut, they'll deliver Mexican food, they'll deliver anything. How would you like to? As a matter of fact, just in the last 8 months, Domino's stock has fallen 26%. Don't you know that in their executive halls, they are conferencing every day? What are we going to do? How would you like to be yellow taxi? You remember when Uber first started coming, and you'd fly into an airport and you'd see a line of yellow taxis picking up no one. And all of these Ubers, private drivers, come one after another after another. How would you like to be yellow taxi? What, did yellow taxi blow it? They did, didn't they? They did not see it coming. And when it came, what did they think? We're licensed. We've got the airport contracts. We've got the only contracts. Let's face it, yellow taxi worked like the mafia for years, pushing everybody out of their markets. And then just like that, gone. I don't even know what they're doing anymore. I haven't ridden in a yellow taxi for I don't know how long. Coca-Cola. You used to buy Coca-Cola at the soda fountain from a soda jerk, right? By the way, this is Chattanooga, Tennessee, and they will fight you if you say Coca-Cola was invented any place else in the world. Boy, they claim it. Of course, Atlanta's a lot bigger city, and they say it's theirs. And they got a lot more money, a lot more clout. They got the Coca-Cola Museum. So guess what? The whole world thinks it was created in Atlanta, but look at that. Coca-Cola is now delivered in a multi-flavored dispenser. What you're looking at there is one of the smartest pieces of technology ever invented. Did you know every one of those is wirelessly connected back to Coca-Cola marketing headquarters? Did you know that? Every single one. So when you go up there and you choose cola and you choose Coke and then you mix in some Coke, some vanilla Coke, and maybe a little bit of lime, they know the exact formula you mixed. So have you noticed when you go to the supermarket how many new flavors of Coke there are? All these strange flavors. Who gave them that information? You did. You did. You did their marketing for them. Sheer genius. That is the smartest piece of technology that it's unbelievably exciting. You have to think out of the box. Now, what about you? Are you willing to change with technology? Look at what these people have had, these companies have had to do. So you're an air conditioning company, you're a plumbing company, you're an electrical company. You might have to change. We all know change is coming, don't we? Everybody wants a piece of your $60 billion market. So when you think I'm the licensed guy in my area, that didn't help yellow taxi. You understand that? You think we invented 30 minutes or less hot pizza delivery. That doesn't help Domino's now, but I will tell you this. In my email, just about every day, there'll be an email from Domino's. Hey, choose your meal. And if I click on it, it goes to my Domino's page, and all of my favorite meals are right there. So whenever I order a pizza or a sandwich or this or that, it says, you want to save this as a favorite. If I click yes, yeah, they've got my credit card, my address, and so I can order a pizza from Domino's in, I don't know, 5 or 10 seconds if I want to. Because the email comes up, if I click on it, I can click, yeah, favorite number 1, bam, it'll be delivered in about 30 minutes. So what did they do? They changed. And they're changing every day because they've got to fight these guys. They've got to fight the market. Look what Amazon has done. I mean, obviously, Amazon, Matt told me yesterday, I think, Amazon right now controlled, I think he said 49% of the online business. Who can possibly fight Amazon? Walmart. Walmart is massively powerful, and they're pretty darn smart. And so you know in Bentonville, Arkansas, those people are sitting around conference tables, and they have been for years. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do that nobody's doing? What can we do that Amazon's not doing? What can we do that Amazon can't do? Whoever the big fish is, the big gorilla, the elephant, whoever your big competition is, There's something you can do that they can't do. Did you know that? I used to be afraid that Sears would come into Dalton, Georgia, and spend $1 million marketing HVAC and put me out of business. Well, there's no question that they could have done that. They just weren't smart enough. You want to get rich in the hot dog business? Oh, I know, you say, well, we don't do hot dogs. Well, let's say that you did. If you want to get rich in the hot dog business, you have to have one thing. Anybody know what it is?
Great customer service.
Oh, great customer service would be good. How about this? You could get rich in the brown rice business if you had a starving crowd, couldn't you? Right? How many of you used to get those letters in the mail? Probably still do. Hey, listen, send us $1.60. We can feed 30 kids on $1.60. Now, I sent him a letter back. I said, I want to send my wife over there for a couple months so she can learn how to feed these 9 kids on $1.60. Okay, I didn't actually do that. Slow season is a myth, and I'm going to bust it right now. It's an absolute myth. It's a lie that you've chosen to believe. Oh my gosh, it's slow. As a matter of fact, in September, if you're not selling school supplies and back-to-school clothes, you're nothing. Well, what should that make you say? Say what? School's already started. How about this? Well, why can't I sell school supplies and back-to-school clothing? Because I don't want to. Okay, right, I don't want to. That's fine. But don't think people aren't spending money just because they're not spending it with you, right? There's always a starving crowd. And they're spending money, right? At one point, we had people come right here through Dalton, Georgia, knocking on doors and selling a square box with a UV light and a filter in it. And I mentioned it before at one of my conferences I spoke, for $4,000. And they were taking sales away from me. My customers, my service agreement customers, were paying these boneheads $4,000 for a filter and a UV light. See my attitude? Boneheads, morons, lowlifes. Smarter than me. Got $4,000 for what I consider to be a piece of junk. But let's give them something to buy. Now, stay with me, because we're going to go out of the box. We're going to think out of the box. What are your assets? You've got a skilled workforce. You'd like to keep them busy during the slow times, which don't exist, but I'm going to use the word slow times so in your company, in your town, you know what piece of the calendar I'm talking about, okay? There's always people ready to buy. Let's give them something to buy. You have your assets. Number one, you have some skilled workers. I'm guessing that if they're plumbers, technicians, whatever, that there's other things they could do, right? So why not do some other things? I happen to know that heating and air technicians, electricians, installers, I happen to know that they can put up a metal building because they did it in my backyard. I happen to know that they can rewire half of your house because they did it at my house. I happen to know they can put up sheetrock because they did it for me. You see, back in the day, whenever it was slow, I just had them come work for me. I thought that was great. After starting the new flat rate and losing my technical workforce, now I got to do stuff myself. Takes a while to get things done. And getting it done right is kind of a challenge. All right. Let's start with the boring stuff, the stuff that you've heard over and over. Oh, well, we could do this, we could do that. Okay, let's talk about some ideas. What could you sell during the slow seasons? Oh, and don't worry, I'm going to show you how to sell it. Indoor air quality, attic renovations. So, you know what's the good thing about solar attic fans? Anybody know? What? You don't have to wire them, that's true. What else is good about them? The name. Solar. People think solar is like good or something. I suppose it is. I don't know. But it's a good name. Is there... Oh, mold cleaning. That says mold cleaning. That's as good a word as any. But something called like mold remediation. Anybody do any of that? Who could do it better than heating and air people and plumbing people? You know, if you're doing water restoration or anything like that, you should be in the mold business. Mold is gold because it ain't mold. It's just, people think it's mold, but it's so darn easy to work with. So Dallas, my oldest son, brave Dallas, who had a heating and air business and then bought my heating and air business. My average ticket in indoor air quality for about 12 years straight was $35,000. Now, when you're a struggling contractor, when you hear my story of how screwed up I was as a contractor, how did he survive? Mold, indoor air quality. A $35,000 indoor air quality job always had at least $21,000 in cash. No warranties, no liabilities. 21 grand out of that job. And we did it over and over and over and over. So, of course, Dallas learned from his dad. And then Dallas bought my business. Oh, and by the way, when he started his own business, we had a little sort of an agreement, not in paper or anything, but just sort of an agreement. You know, don't go sell stuff to my customers. It should have been in writing. But when Dallas came to me, and after we started the new flat rate, he said, what are you going to do with Massengill Clean Air? I said, well, I don't know. We're just too busy to worry about it. He said, well, I want to buy it. And so he did. So then he began to get the indoor air quality leads. And when he did, he would usually call me, and I would go out and I would help do the inspections, help write up the offers. It wasn't long before his average ticket was running about $50,000. Mine was $35,000, his was $50,000. Plus, he sold a whole lot more equipment than I did more service calls. He was the kind of guy everybody liked, so he's done really well. But 2 years ago, a year ago this winter, it was kind of slow in the heating and air business, wasn't it, Dallas? So how did you survive? Not really Daddy, but the knowledge and wisdom that you had gotten from Daddy, the contacts you had gotten from Dad. I could go on and on. But we got a call, Dallas got a call from a local county building that they had discovered black mold. How much money did we make off of that? $280,000. People are afraid of black mold, not me and Dallas. We love it. We love it. $280,000. How much of that $280,000 went to American Standard or Train or Carrier? None. My. What did you buy? That's true. Not as much as maybe I should have, but I made sure to write myself into those agreements. But yeah, I did, and that was nice. Coffee money. But what did we buy? We bought some chemicals, so a lot of stuff to wipe down all kind of stuff. And by the way, we know what we're doing because we've been doing this for 15 or 20 years, but still $285,000. Now, those of you that are small, Dallas typically had about 5 guys working for him. At the slow time of the year, what would over $250,000 do to your bottom line? Pretty nice, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Dallas hadn't been to any of my seminars, so he bought the most expensive BMW money could buy. He hadn't been to my control your spending seminars. I want to tell you a story. True story. About 20 years ago, my shingle roof was leaking. And I forgot to turn on my clock, so if I keep me in time here, Christy. About 20 years ago, my shingled roof was leaking. So we went up there and put tin under the shingles in strategic places, right? That worked for a little while, but eventually we had to do something. So I bought a metal roof, and I had some people put a metal roof on. And I chose white because, let's face it, white reflects, you know, and it's more efficient. Over the years, that roof got blacker and blacker and blacker. And my wife would say, somebody's got to clean that roof. Somebody's got to clean. But I thought, you know, you can't really see it. And then we built a house next to us for my son, and when you're standing up at his house, well, you can see our roof, and it was ugly and black, and she'd say, we got to do something about that. But I thought, you know, it's a metal roof. You go up there with a pressure washer and a brush, that's really dangerous, isn't it? You ever get wet on a, I mean, it's two-story house, extremely dangerous. I thought, man, I'm getting older. I don't need to be up there doing that. I thought, well, I got 9 kids. I shouldn't have to do it, right? And so I told my wife, let's get one of the kids up there with a bucket and a brush and a pressure washer. And, you know, she said, oh, no, that's too dangerous. That's too dangerous. You know, they could get hurt. And then we realized how fortunate we were. We've got 10 grandkids. Yeah. Well, she nixed that plan in a hurry. But I thought, you tie a rope around them, what the heck, they don't know any better. You know, you scrub it, kids, scrub it, you know. She nixed that idea. So just a few weeks ago, I rented a 34-foot all-terrain lift for my son, Michael, so he could get his house painted, right? Well, his house is right next to mine, and I thought, hey, great time to take care of my roof. So I went on YouTube, and you know what the thing is with professionals? They love to give away all their secrets on YouTube. I thought I was going to have to get up there with a pressure washer, some serious chemicals, and scrub. No. No, I went to Walmart, and I bought 27 gallons. I bought 8 at a time, but I eventually bought 27 gallons of pool cleaner, which is nothing but 11% concentrated bleach. Very high-power bleach. I put it in I had a 30-gallon sprayer thing that you put on a tractor or something. I just put it in the lift with a car battery because it's 12 volt and had a wand. And then I took a water hose and put it over here because I thought if I'm spraying bleach, I might have to, you know, I might have to rinse it off. And I went up there, and that ugly roof, I started spraying that bleach. Oh my God, that's not my roof either. I just picked the slide in a hurry. But mine was every bit as ugly as that. And I just started spraying the bleach. And it just started getting whiter and whiter and whiter. And I was like, wow. And I'd drive that lift around the house, and I'd spray here and spray there and fixed a couple things that I hadn't fixed over the years. And seriously, I really enjoyed it. I thought I could do this for a living. I could go look at metal roofs, and I could market to them, and I could, this is really cool. Now, you got to watch out, because when you're spraying that bleach, anything that goes over onto your wife's plants, they're just dead. That's why I had the water hose, see? If I sprayed over, then I could take the water hose and spray over on those plants. But you got to be really fast when you do that. So we got a lot of things now that have white spots, but that was you always do the first job on your own house, right? That's how you learn. But I'm just telling you, if I was in a bind, and maybe even if I wasn't in a bind, all I would do is drive around and look for metal roofs. That's all I would do. And then I would market to them. And then I'd have my guys out there. I'd rent a lift. By the way, the lift was $369 for the weekend. But if I kept it over on Monday, it was only an additional $158. If I kept it another day, it was like $50 cheaper than that. My gosh, I could keep it for a month and just do roof after roof after roof. You see what I'm saying? We think, I'm a licensed heating and air guy, I'm an electrician, I'm this. Hey, they're spending money. They might as well spend it with you. I'm just saying, that's just one thing out of a million ideas you could have, and you could eliminate slow seasons. A friend of mine, his pastor asked him to pressure wash his house. Well, he didn't own a pressure washer, so a friend loaned him one. So he went over and pressure washed the house for $300. While he was there, 4 people came and stopped and asked him if he'd come pressure wash their houses. So he gave them prices of $400. But he didn't have a pressure washer, so he didn't go do the work. I says, well, you were borrowing one. You could have offered the guy $25 a day to use his pressure washer. Well, now he actually has a pressure washer. It's been 2 months, and I bought him some business cards, and now he's in the pressure washing business. People are begging for your services. Slow season is an absolute myth, and that is just one tiny thing. Doesn't that look nice? I don't have a clue whose house that is. But I'll tell you, my roof is a lot brighter than that. Now, got any more ideas? I love this slide because this is a creative thinker. How many of you are creative thinkers? Think, think, think. I'm not done. I'm going to show you something that's really, really great. Make this so easy for you. So what do we got here? Siding. You could put siding on. So one of my neighbors was going to put siding on my house. We had siding left over from Mike's house, so I started tearing the vinyl off of mine. One of my neighbors was going to come and put siding on for $1,600 if I bought this nice looking wood plank composite stuff. But he never showed up. Typical, never showed up. I just paid $5,400 to a contractor that's supposed to start this week putting the siding on that I bought. What does that mean? Hey, we don't like siding business. Those are all lowlifes. They're not quality skilled like us. Yeah, but you can get paid $5,400 for about a day and a half's work for 2 or 3 guys with no warranty. Think, boys, think. Sheds, workshops, decks. Could you build decks in your shop and go install them? Could you go measure a deck and then build it and just bring it out and put it on? Are your guys capable of doing that? I thought about starting a business one time called Deck in a Day. Deck in a Day. We'll put your deck on in a day. It's just unbelievable how much money people are paying to get this kind of work done, and we don't do it. Why? Because I'm a heat and air guy. I'm a plumber. I'm this. And speaking of plumbers, there's so much that a plumber can do. Same with electricians. Same with heating and air. Portable buildings, trailers, sheds, workshops, man caves. Somebody told me there's something called she sheds. Yeah. What do you have to do? Go vacuum up the hair? I don't know. Appliance installation. But can you think of more? Designing anything, remodeling. I'm just saying, with the skills and the tools that you haven't thought about it. That's why you have a slow season, because you haven't thought about it. The phone doesn't ring, and what do? You sit there and say, oh, the phone's not ringing. And what do we know in the slow seasons? If we don't keep these guys busy, we'll lose them. So either you take them on a cruise, give them some time off, or you do something. To-do list, make more money. Decide what kind of business that you want to be in. What kind of work would your guys enjoy doing? I'm telling you, I loved cleaning the roof. I loved it. I might even enjoy putting on siding. I wouldn't do doors and windows because every time I put a door in, it doesn't seem to close right. I'm buying the wrong doors, I guess. I don't know. I always have to contract that out. What kind of work would your guys do that they would actually enjoy doing? I don't know if you know this, but crawling through attics at 160 degrees in the attic with fiberglass in your collar, how many of you think that's just really fun work? If you're doing that all summer and then the the slow season comes, they might really enjoy doing something else. Did you know that? You say, well, Rodney, you're just getting really hard on us. Yeah, I think so. Because we got to get out of our little shells and quit thinking, well, I'm just an electrician. I'm just this. I'm just that. No, you're a business person. What you really are is a labor broker. You're a labor broker. You find things to do, and then you provide the workers to do it. And then you just manage the project. How hard is that? Oh, now, by the way, listen. If you take on a job, like say pressure, like say roofing, what are you going to have to do if you want to clean metal roofs? You're going to have a process. Here's how we're going to market. Here's how we're going to get the leads. Here's how we're going to go do the estimate. Here's how we're going to do the job. These are the chemicals we're going to use. This is the safety, the personal protection. This is where we're going to lay down. Wouldn't be a bad idea to put plastic over the plants. I never thought of that. What a great idea. It just came to me. Wow, put plastic over what a great idea. Look what comes to you when you think. Okay, so now you have the process. Who's going to do it? Do they need training? What about the quality? Who's going to go by and say, wow, that's a bright roof. You guys did a great job, and look, you didn't ruin any of the plants. Now who's going to clean it up, and how we're going to collect the money? Duh. If you can sell an air conditioner or a water heater or a house repipe or whatever, you can surely do that. And that's one thing out of about 100 that I could just stand here and name off one after another, after another, after another. Slow season is an absolute myth. How do you get people to buy your services? This really sucks that you have my slides. Next year you won't. Because this should be a surprise. Not her. Make them an offer they can't refuse. What's another word for that? That's marketing, isn't it? Make them an offer they can't refuse. How am I doing on time? Good. Let me go through a couple things, because I'm telling you, get ready. Get ready. Get ready, because here I come. Here's marketing. Look at that. Flyers, door hangers, word of mouth, radio, magazines, webinars, newspaper, referrals, all kind of ways to market. Hey, why aren't you doing all of that? Number one, I don't know how. Number two, last time I did it, it was a mess. Number three, I never get around to it. Melody did a great job on SEO. We've been talking about this stuff all day. Somebody has to do it, right? Somebody has to do it. That's why we're going to have the follow-up webinars. What does that mean? Don't come here and not do something. Decide what you're going to do when you go home, and we're going to have a follow-up webinar, and you're going to tell us what you did and how you did it, and we're going to help you. Get ready. Get ready. Why does marketing have to be so tough? Why is it so tough? Well, I'm here to tell you it's not. It's actually easy. I'll tell you how easy it is. It's so easy, all you have to know is what to put on the calendar. I'm telling you. All right, hang in there. Hold on, Rodney. They'll get it.
Hey TNFR members, today I want to show you something that you may not know you already have. We have taken the mystery out of marketing and have made it the easiest part of your job. Let me show you how it's done. On your team training lab, go to My Information and enter your pertinent data, including your logo. This is important because this system will use that information and logo on all of your marketing pieces. Check this out. Would you like to give a special offer like a neighborhood discount of 20% or maybe a limited time offer? Just enter that here and it will be used on all the marketing pieces. Would you like a tracking number or promotional code? Just enter that here and you can track the effectiveness of the campaign. Next, go to Monday Morning Marketing and choose the campaign you want to run. Let's say you want to generate business for indoor air quality. This is a good one to use when business is slow. Perhaps you want to market to a specific neighborhood. So let's do a door hanger. Click download and presto, it's done and ready to print. Maybe you've placed out all the door hangers and are ready for more. Let's use the same information, discounts and promo codes to make a postcard. There it is, ready to send to a printer, or simply to send with a list of addresses and have them delivered. So now your marketing area has been touched many times. You can also upload to social media like Facebook. How easy is that?
I made Melody redo that video 4 times. I said, make it, you gotta show them how easy it is. You gotta show them how easy it is. Now, here's what I want you to understand. To my knowledge, this has never been available before, ever. Okay? I saw this a year and a half ago, and I was so excited about it. I bought it, spent a lot of money on it, and since then we've spent a lot more because I couldn't use it. The guy that showed it to me originally had spent 7 years developing what you just saw. Now here's what it will do. You already have it if you're a member of the new flat rate. You don't even know it maybe, but it's in your member's suite, okay? As she said, you simply go in there, you go and put in your information, and there's videos, shows you how to do it. Now here's the thing. When you put in discount 20% or special $20 off, okay, you simply put that in. Then maybe a promo code so you can attract it, promo code summer or whatever, okay? Then, of course, your logo is already in the system. So your logo is already going to be put on every piece. That promotion will be put on any piece. That discount will put on any piece. That coupon can be put on any piece. Now follow me. We think about marketing as hard. Let's just say that I wanted to get that roofing work, right? But it doesn't matter. You might just want more service work, more demand, sir. I don't care. Choose your neighborhood. I identified my neighborhoods in North Georgia. They were all circled on the map. I knew every place, the only places we marketed. Number 1, let's just say you decide to put a door hanger out there because you want business. Let's say you think the middle of September, September 15th, we're gonna need some business. So you choose the business. Is it free duct inspections, indoor air quality? Is it roofing cleaning? Is it pressure washing? I don't care. I don't care. They're gonna spend money, and they'll spend it with you if you just make them an offer. So you simply go in here and you say, this is the offer that I want. Now this is an air cleaning offer or indoor air quality. We made this for you. You don't have to you don't have to design this. We did it. We've got hundreds of them in there. And if you want more, we'll make whatever you want. You go in there, you put in your information, and you say, I want a door hanger. Click, there it is. Send it to your printer. Print it in your office, send it to Office Depot, Kinko's, Vistaprint, and guess what you get back? Door hangers. So now you go to your marketing calendar. Remember I said it's as easy as knowing what to put on the calendar and where to put it. So then you take out your marketing calendar. Now I like to use a wall calendar, but look what Danielle made for you. This wonderful 12-month calendar with tons of information in it. But let's just move, just for the fun of it, let's go to September, and let's just say that September 18th, we think we're going to need some work for our talented people. Hey, we got a baby in the room. Look at that. Yeah, you give her a brush, she can clean a roof. All right. So if I want work on the 18th, when should I pass out my door hangers? I could do it, let's just say we do it on the 3rd, right? So on my calendar, I mark on there, or if it's a big calendar, I can tape a door hanger to it. All right? Now the door hanger is easy because we've already made those for you, and we can help you with any of that. So you put it there. How do you distribute these? Who wants to run around and hang door hangers? I actually don't. Okay? I could do it to prove to my kids that, yeah, Dad's not afraid to do that. Now get off your butt and go do it. But I wouldn't make my kids do it. My grandkids. Hey, they don't know any better, right? Who's going to get mad if a 10-year-old kid comes and hangs something on their door, right? Utilize that free labor. The Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, the cheerleading teams. You have no idea what they'll do for a $50 or $100 donation. A cheerleading team would put those on every door. Choose the neighborhood. Now, how much business are you going to get from that? Just about what? Nothing? Yeah, what are you going to get from that? Not much. All right? So now, look at this. Look at this. You go into that same program and you say, okay, I want this in a postcard. Well, there it is. There it is in a postcard. How big a postcard do you want? There it is. So now here's my calendar. So on the 3rd, I'm going to hang door hangers. So what if I sent postcards to that neighborhood on the 5th and the 10th? What would be wrong with that? You know, you can have telemarketers call people every day. What do people do? They get mad, they hang up, they cuss them out. You can put a postcard in their mailbox every day and they won't get mad at you, at least for a month. So, a week apart, send postcards on the 5th and on the 10th. Now, along about the 13th, what's going to happen? Early adopters. People who think, there's something wrong with my kids. They're sneezing all the time. They're sick all the time. By the way, if the ad is written correctly, then you'll start getting responses. If you don't get enough responses, what do? You could pick up the phone and call. But you also could use the exact same program and say, oh, I want it in a flyer. Oh, look, here's the flyer, same logo. I can have the same discount on it, the same ad. I can have the same offer, the same picture, or I can choose a different offer, a different picture. This is so easy. I can do it. You understand? A year ago, I couldn't. You won't believe the money we've put in this to make it so easy that I can do it. Marketing is a pain, not because it's complicated or hard, but because the steps are such a pain. You take a step to find a piece, then what do? Do I print it? How do I distribute it? We've put, this is so easy. I could do it. Now I could do it, I guarantee you, I could get all the business I want cleaning roofs. Maybe I want to send one of my kids out to make money cleaning gutters. I could do it with this. Maybe I want more maintenance work. Maybe I want more replacement work. I don't care. I don't care. But what if you sent a door hanger, a couple of postcards, give your technicians flyers, and every time they're in a house, they just lay it on the counter. That's all they got to do. And you know technicians are really good at not doing that. But some of them might do it here and there, right? You could even pay the cheerleaders to walk around on Saturday and hand out the flyers. While they're doing that, they could give magnets, keychains, all kind of. Marketing is simply knowing what to put on a calendar and when to put it. So as Danielle says, you choose, you look at your calendar and you say, what times of the year do I need more work? And then you say, what kind of work do I want to do then? Maybe you can get work in your trade, right? Recently on Facebook, I saw some plumbers or HVAC guys talking about, if we can get in there during the slow season, then we can sell them more of our stuff. First of all, it's darn hard to get in there in the slow season in heating and air when they're at the lake. Second of all, you're going to sell them more heating and air when they don't want it, right? Just about impossible. Sell them something they'll buy. Are you with me? Who could think of something that they could sell that their guys could install? Anybody? Is it just me? You raised your hand. What are you thinking? Smoke detectors. Carbon monoxide detectors. And how easy would that be?
Home security systems.
Who said that?
Home security systems.
Home security systems. Oh, absolutely. You know what? That's a good point. Why is it that, by the way, do you know who's starting to do crawl space renovation like crazy? And I said this 10 years ago. If the HVAC people won't do it, you know who'll do it? Pest control. When you're running $10 million as an air conditioning contractor, you're a pretty good sized player, right? You go to the meetings, right, Steve? Put on a nice coat, walk around. Hey, I'm somebody. I'm doing $10 million. In pest control, until you're doing $70 million, you're not even a player. Those guys have power. What do they have to know? Oh my gosh, Mr. Customer, I see it's wet in your crawl space. Have you considered putting a crawl space encapsulation system in? Oh, by the way, I see your ducts are hanging out. While we're doing that, we could just go ahead and renovate those air ducts. Oh, you want some filtration and dehumidification? We can put that in. You don't think they'll take that business away from you? Just hide and watch. What's the good news? Domino's, General Motors, Koop. The good news is you can change, all right? You can change. Are you willing to consider what I'm saying to you? I could have thought of 100 different things and put them all on there and given you. I'm telling you, we've just made the game so easy. Are you willing to play it, is all I'm asking. Now, who else can think of something? What were you going to say, Steve? Louder. Video doorbells. Everybody wants video everything, right? Not just video doorbells. How about video spy cams? You know, right now I'm staying in Chattanooga. Well, you know what that means? That means I got kids living in my house at home. You know what I did? I know. You guys think that I don't know. When I leave town, I shouldn't say this. Don't call the cops and lock me up. You know that bleach I told you I bought for the roof? Well, I put some of it in the hot tub. Now, I'll be home in 3 days, and it'll be just right. Well, there won't be nobody getting in it while I'm gone. I know, low life, right? But I got 9 kids, I've been raising kids for a half a century, and it's like, stay the heck out of my hot tub. Matter of fact, it wouldn't bother me to have a spy cam on the hot tub. If a guy came to me selling doorbells and said, hey, you want a camera on your hot tub for when your kids are home and you're not? I'd say, yeah, give me a couple. Can you put like electric taser thing in there too? I'm just saying. Hey, I'm a parent. I'm what I would call, well, I don't know, I'm a high quality parent. But I've got some bad ideas, okay? Well, if I do, don't you think your customers do too? Sell them something they will buy. What else? By the way, how hard is it to put in video doorbells? Yeah, could your guys do it? Sure, they could. And by the way, while they're there, they could also, a lot of things they could do. They could say, oh, by the way, gee, would you like new lights here? We got some great lights for the front of your house. You know? I mean, I'm an electrician. You should see the lights on the front of my house. They're like 50 years old. They're upside down. They're full of bugs.
Radiant barrier for roofing, and then smart home products.
Okay, radiant barrier?
Yeah.
Yeah, radiant barrier you lay out in the attic, or you can even have radiant paint up there. Attic renovations are amazing. I used to be a member of Comfort Institute, which is with AeroSeal now. Oh my gosh, we learned a ton of stuff from them, shared a ton of information. National Comfort Institute, oh my gosh, the stuff that they're teaching on home performance, wow. Wow, there's so much that you can do.
Rodney, we just, because of how well we're doing with new flat rate, have the capability to purchase a brand new spray foam insulation rig. We did spray foam for a while, but we're back in it now with new equipment. So we're going to be marketing the hell out of spray foam insulation, which is going to be basically attic renovation, crawl space renovation. I don't want to have a slow time this year. We want to stay busy. We want to keep busy. So we also are going to be able to do concrete jacking, slab jacking. If you have a concrete driveway, that's our spray foam insulation machine will be able to inject spray foam under the concrete and lift it, so you don't have to jack up your driveway. So yeah, we're thinking way outside the box this year, and no more slow periods for us.
Do you see how easy it would be to market any of that?
Absolutely.
You just pick your target neighborhood. You see, the big boys, the big companies, the 1 hour airs and all of that, they can spend 50 grand and mass market to an area. But you can do targeted marketing for pennies and they don't even know you're doing it.
Think about one other thing. We're HVAC plumbers, we're electricians, we're in 25 houses a day with our crew. I mean, it takes no time at all to look under that house and see that they have a moisture problem in that crawl space, or look in the attic and see that you can see the rafters. All you have to do is present it to the customer. Think of the insulation companies. They're not up there selling it. You're up there with a for an HVAC issue or an electrical issue or a plumbing issue, and you can just open their eyes to all the different things that you can offer. So yeah, keep that in mind too.
And what does that take? That takes somebody that's smart, somebody that's done some research, somebody that likes to think, right? So the month before your slow season comes, where are the owners and the managers? On the beach. At a meeting in Chattanooga. No, they're in their offices covered up with paperwork, trying to put out problems, solve problems. If you had a team in place so that your company was functioning smoothly, then a month before the slow season, the owners and the managers could be out there with the technicians, not riding with them. Oh, no. No manager would ever get out of the office and get in the truck with a tech because he's stuck all day long. No, don't ride with him. No, get in your company pickup and then go have the dispatcher tell you where they are. When they're in the neighborhood you want, you just stop. You just stop and say to the customer, hey, I'm Steve. I'm just checking on my boys, make sure they're doing you a good job. Yeah, oh my God, oh gee, wow, did you know we do this? You're the guy. The owner, the manager, you're the guy that sells all the work that's going to be done next month. You're the guy that sells it. I used to stop when Matt and Dallas and them were working. I'd go out and I'd say to the customers, hey, just stop to see how my boys were doing. Just want to make sure they're doing you a good job. You know, and then the guys, they always appreciate it. Oh, Dad came around. He cares, I guess, you know. If they needed anything. At one time, I kept a cooler of Cokes in my truck all the time. But I come by and talk to the owner. And then I'd say, well, let's go up and look. We'd go up the steps in the attic. And I'd say, oh, my gosh. You know, gee, look at those air ducts. The owner would say, wow, what? Did you know the EPA says that the average air duct system leaks 38%? Customer would usually say, I bet mine are worse than that. Now, a lot of you have heard me tell that story, but one day I came into a house and there was, you know, nobody around. My trucks were there and the customers' cars were there. I walked into the house, nobody around. So I walk upstairs and I start walking up the steps into the attic and I hear Matt. And he's saying, did you know that the EPA says that the average air duct system leaks 38%? And the customer says, wow, I bet mine are worse than that. Matt says, we could do something about it if you want. And I'm like, I never taught him, you know. Same with Dallas. I'd just hear these guys saying the things that I'd been saying. You know, point is, somebody's got to say it. So if you want to have slow times, just sit in your office and do nothing. If you want to be a leader, a manager, a CEO who preserves, protects, and maximizes the company's profit, ooh, that's the time to get off your butt. You know, this is a good message and a hard message. It's good that I just gave you, and you won't even know it till you use it. I just gave you the easiest marketing system in the world. Handed it to you. We've got almost $250,000 in it. Handed it to you. It's probably worth about, I could probably sell it for $4,500 easy. Handed it to you. So that's the good news. The bad news is getting your mind to think, hey, I could do this. Hey, I could do this. You know what? How many of you can just see your guys pushing lawnmowers? Probably not. But if you got hungry enough, you could. Matt said something absolutely brilliant. I heard him speaking a while back someplace, and he said, in the slow season, you don't have to make money. You just have to break even. Because if you break even in the slow season, you don't spend the profit you made in the last season. The reason you're broke for Christmas is because you spent all the profit on the slow season. So let's eliminate the slow season. Let's just put something in there that our guys can do. Now, I never stop thinking. So if you want more information, I can write hundreds and hundreds of job descriptions, product. I can tell you how to do a indoor air quality business, a duct cleaning. I can tell you how to do all that. But so can you. So we just did most of the work for you. You choose a job. Be a creative thinker. All right? What can your guys do? A lot of times when I'm when I have something new, I feel like I have to try so hard to get it across. Like does anybody see what I'm saying? So tell me, do you see what I'm saying? I really, really, really want you to use this. This is absolutely amazing. And by the way, Jessica will be at our resource table over here. If you want to see how it works, you want to try it out. But I told Melody has worked so hard on it. I said, it's got to be easy, Melody. I don't want somebody to go in there and get stuck. Okay? If you're a member, you've already got a place. Your logo is probably already in our system, but just upload your logo into there. That way your logo will be on every piece. Danielle's made it even easier because she has given you some checklists here. Are we doing enough? Are you doing enough social media? Just, take a look and evaluate. You see, remember I talked this morning about let's get money. You know how to make money with the new flat rate. What Matt explained, Matt and Russ, is that if you will simply follow the process, you'll double and triple your average ticket. Double and triple. You say, well, we're only up $50. Hey, that's great. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I remember Callahan Roach used to say that if you used flat rate, you'd make an extra $12,000 a year per truck. Well, you'll usually make that the first week with the new flat rate, won't you? You know how to make money. If you're not making enough, just follow the process. Come to our training, do our online training, get the new flat rate process down. It will pour money, but you have to have the work, right? So now I just showed you a way to get all kinds more work. You can get more plumbing work. You can, I don't care what it is. Water heaters, drain cleaning, excavators, septic systems. It's just incredible. All the things that you can do, that you can invest in. Whatever you have to do, I'm just telling you. I'm just handing it to you on a silver platter. Email, print. Should I do email? Maybe I don't like it. Service call, I don't know what that is. Door hangers. I just told you the Girl Scouts will pass them out for you. My kids are all Boy Scouts. They'll do it for you. We've got call scripts for incoming, outgoing call. You see, I used to send out postcards expecting to get nothing. I only sent them out for one reason. When Michael was 16 years old and needed a job, I said, sit down there, pick up the phone and call everybody on this list and read the script. And the script said, hi, this is Michael at Massengill Heating and Air. My dad said I had to call everybody and ask if they got that postcard. Did you get that big yellow postcard? Oh, you did? Good. All it is my dad goes around and does free indoor air duct inspections, and he's going to be in your neighborhood next week. Our mornings or afternoons better. And if he wasn't saying the script right, he got a kick in the head. Almost. All right? So the reason for the postcards was so you're not a telemarketer. Okay? You're just somebody saying, can you help me? I don't know if the post office delivered that big orange card. That's it. Did you get that door hanger? The Girl Scouts were supposed to pass them out, and you know how they are. It's a lot easier than you think, and you don't have to do it. If you got kids, if you got neighbor kids, if you got grandkids, teach them how to work, for goodness sakes. Okay, everything that you need there. Way more on here than I need to go through. Water leak alarms. There's so much you can do, right? So much you can do. I think that's, let's see. This is important. You see, make the campaign, move the campaign if the seasons change. So you put on here, September 1st, we're going to do door hangers. But it stays hot a week longer, right? Or you stay busier. What do? Move those door hangers back a week. Just go to the calendar and move them over. Are you with me? You see, you start building your calendar for the year, and then you move it, adjust it, you reprioritize it. Eventually, you'll have a marketing calendar for the whole year because you did just one thing. You printed out a door hanger and you taped it to the calendar. That's how it starts. You can move them around. We've made it so easy. But change it, reprioritize it. Maybe you do. Maybe you go out and you do clean some roofs, and you say, "Well, we don't like that. People really complain when we get bleach on their cars and stuff like that." Well, okay, you screwed up, right? You do have insurance, so what the heck? But you either correct it, fix it, make the process right, or you say, "You know what? We don't want to do it anymore." Great. Don't do it anymore. Do something else. Build gardens, build basketball courts, build hoop. I mean, there's just so much you can do. All right. So now we're going to go into a Q&A time. And what we're going to do is I want you to look at this and just think. Go ahead and identify sometimes on this calendar when you think I could use some more work. All right? And then think about, gee, what could we do in my business where I'm at, right? Let's do this. Let's get her done. One of the things that I've said before is that as contractors, we're great procrastinators. We sign up for the big event, the super meeting. It's going to be in St. Louis, Georgia, or St. Louis, Missouri. It's going to be in 2 months. And so I write my check for $17,000 and I join. They're going to make me rich. They're going to fix everything, but it's going to be in 2 months. So what do I do between now and the super meeting? Nothing. Why? Because we're going to solve all the problems at the super meeting. I get to the super meeting and we have the raw meeting for 2 or 3 days. I'm so excited. I identify 26 things that I need to change in my company. But what do I do while I'm there? Nothing. Because I'm going to fix it all when I get home. Okay? And then we get in our car and we drive all the way home. And when we get home, well, we've been gone for a week. So now what? Now we got to put out fires for the next 2 weeks. But that's okay. We'll do this in 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. 2 months later, what have you done? But it doesn't matter because there's another super meeting in 2 months. That is the contractor's dilemma. So take a look at your calendars and let's get ready to work. But in the meantime, I'm probably over time. What are you here for? Matt's here for the next part. We're going into Q&A with Matt and Danielle anyway. So let's just do that because if you got any questions, or let's talk about what we're doing here.
Let's give Rodney a hand.